Greetings, my most spiritual people on the planet. I am a spiritual mentor, and now I am making this video for the people whose hearts feel that a new era is coming. This video is for those souls that have already embodied themselves on Earth many times and are now being embodied to become the beginning of a new era that is coming to Earth. This video is for the people who have already had spiritual experience, a perception of God, prayers, and a realization that they are a part of the universe and that they are part of some enormous divine plan, and that their body is just a temporary shell for an eternal cosmic soul. This message will only be understood by the people who already know what the development of their soul is. Very soon, on December 21st, 2020, the Age of Aquarius starts. We are bound to enter this epoch. In the East, in India, they have been waiting for it for several thousand years. And this era is called Satya Yuga. What it means is the era of spirituality and the era of prosperity of a person's most powerful strengths and qualities. The era when one can develop their strengths so much that they become able to transform themselves into a deity. This prediction is important for all of us now. The year is coming to an end. On the eve of this powerful transition, we are witnessing many complex events on our planet. We have already experienced 2 waves of coronavirus and a quarantine. We have seen many severe disasters on Earth, such as earthquakes, floods, fires, and poisonings. We are witnessing numerous conflicts between people or between the state and the people. It feels like all the bad things that could have happened on Earth did happen. I recently came across a joke on the internet. A new burial site with many mummies has been found. Someone made a witty comment on this saying, "Mummies on top of that? Maybe you shouldn't open them." People have realized that so many things have happened this year that it is no longer clear where else to expect destruction, pain, and suffering from. But you and I are spiritual people. We can see all these processes that are happening on Earth from a cosmic perspective. For the last 3 years, the powerfully strong planet Saturn has been in the sign of Capricorn. Now Saturn is leaving this sign and entering Aquarius. I will tell you about this in the following video. While Saturn was in the Capricorn sign, it had its strongest qualities in this sector of the sky, which we call Capricorn. Saturn is known as the limiter of all space. It provides for discipline and order. It provides compression to create some new process. And over the last 3 years, we have seen how many restrictions have been imposed. People have been stuck in their apartments in strict quarantine for 2 months. How many more restrictions can we put up with? What happens to a person on an energy level when bans and restrictions are increasing? And he even has no right to leave his apartment. A human being is energy charged. He is not only a physical shell. A human being responds to the energy of the earth and the energy of the cosmos. In fact, a human being is an energy-charged creature, and we are always filled with new energy. We usually call it emotions. We need to direct all this energy and emotions somewhere so that we could make something new and make things happen. What will happen if our inner energy is not tapped and we cannot unlock it? What will happen? There will be an explosion. A person usually lets it out at work, at home, and sometimes in conflicts that may be frequent. When the energy becomes abundant, a person releases it in having a good time. Some people travel, others do sports, while others unfortunately start drinking or go to nightclubs. But all these are the ways to get the extra energy out. And now imagine that we have not had these ways to release our energy for almost a year, because everything is closed and forbidden. It is impossible to travel or lead a normal life. And all this energy has accumulated inside you. If you're technically minded, imagine you're tightening a nut. You are tightening it more and more and more. Of course, sooner or later, the thread will break and everything will explode. This is exactly what is happening now. The stored, intense, and unrealized energy boils and tries to break out. And it is precisely the moment of transition to a new era, the era of spirituality. The Age of Aquarius, when all this boiling energy is bursting out. In other words, one would say that all the nuts and all the limitations are broken. People take to the streets, people protest, people disagree with what is happening now. This is when the energy that no one could transform has burst out. But the fact is that if we do not have the ability to transform this energy into prayer and into spiritual awareness, then this energy, when it finally breaks out, gives rise to conflict. It gives birth to the desire to destroy and to do things differently. This means war, protests, revolutions, and aggressive clashes between people. I can now tell you what has happened in the world in recent months. And I probably don't even know everything because I am a shaman and I very rarely use the internet. But even what I've heard of in France, Austria, Belarus, Nagorno-Karabakh, the border between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and America shows us what happens to the energy that has not been unlocked. The new era, the Age of Aquarius, is the era of spirituality. And the foremost important experience to be gained is the ability to transform inner energy into high energy. Into energy of prayer, love, and healing. All this time, we have been using the knowledge we received at the seminar. How to transform your inner energy. We have been constantly meeting online at our online school, and through the rituals that were conducted online, we have been transforming energy, cleansing the womb, praying for our lineage, and getting acquainted with the spirit of money. You and I have transformed the accumulated energy into a completely new energy, and the energy of a new era. Because shamans knew in advance that this time was coming, that's why we were helping you. The time of a new era is approaching. What should we do? Where can we get the experience to transform the inner energy into a sublime and subtle energy, into a prayer, and thereby unlocking our abilities? The first thing you should do is to attend our in-person meetings. These meetings are usually called seminars, but this is not a seminar. It's a real mystery of transformation, a mystery of communication with living spirits and with living knowledge. And now for the most important prediction and the most important warning for all people on our planet. And now I am appealing to you, the spiritual people. Keep this prediction in mind and help your loved ones. For the rest of the year and 2 more years thereafter, the Earth will be experiencing the processes when the energy locked inside the people will spill out. And there will be clashes between people, military actions, revolutions, and wars. Now you and I understand that it is very important to prevent us from getting into such situations. So it is very important to transform your energy in a different way, to transform it into love. It is very important to protect your loved ones from participation in mass riots, to protect your family from small internal fights, and from any manifestation of destructive inner energy. Now is the time to perform as many spiritual practices as possible, to transform our energy into the energy of love, prayer, and light. Now, many of you hear these words, and I can see how many of you come up with questions such as, how do I do it? What do you mean? These are words that are very difficult to understand. I will answer them for you. The first thing we are going to do is to get together at a winter solstice seminar, just when the Age of Aquarius is about to start. Starting from January throughout 2021, we will be getting together at our shamanic seminars to learn how to transform our energy into a high and subtle energy to get knowledge of the Age of Aquarius. My dear, I am giving you the very first prediction and warning. Please transform your energy and avoid contentious situations. Small fights in your family or big conflicts in your city, country, or even the world. Take care of yourself. Everyone who attended a seminar should remember that you have a treasure that is very important at this time, an amulet. I urge you not to leave your home without the amulet. Carry the amulet with you even at home and communicate with the spirit that is supposed to help you. Please provide protection for your loved ones. Pray for them. And if you purchased amulets for them at a seminar, please put those amulets on their photographs. Let all your loved ones be under your protection.
It's important not only to study, but also to practice the acquired knowledge in a circle of like-minded people. We invite you to join the company of loving, open, happy people in our classes and seminars.